I mean, they are quite tough to handle. That's how we like them. Right, welcome to North Wales. We're on Aberdeen Beach tonight. We've had a bit of a false start tonight. We'll go into that another time. We've gone to another venue and we've dug some lugworm, but we're not using that for bait unless we can get some more off Aberdeen Beach. There's a couple of patches to the right that we can get on. I'll see if we can get some more. I've got a few, it's mainly for tomorrow with the lugworm. We've just got a rod out each with 2 flapper rigs on. I haven't even cast them out, sorry. We've got squid, bullet tuna and prawn, so see how we get on. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. We got here for 11, hit another venue to dig some worm, and now we're going to start fishing just to see if we can get else out, and seeing if there's any more worm casts down here as well, and just to see if we can get out on species. It's a simple 2-hook flapper rig basically. We've got a bit of rain in there, a bit of breeze, nothing too serious. I'm just going to have 3 or 4 hours out. We're about an hour before low, so we'll see how we get on. Better ones off Aberdeen Beach. They're only small still in relation to like your big blacks you can get elsewhere. Like that. We forgot the wood linking for tonight's session, so if we get out, you'll just have to trust us. Guys, just had a pollock, just going to put him back. I'm hoping for a coley, but as you can see, lateral line there. About halfway up the body of the fish, it goes wavy. Nice fish on bullet tuna and a bit of fresh worm. Paul, the worm works, son. Get in. We're getting pulled back. We're both getting bites, and see if he goes back alright. I haven't got any wellies on, unfortunately. He's well and truly alive, it's just he's got no depth of water to get back into. Let's try again. Black and stone a bit further, I think, into deeper stuff. Right. Good start though, that second bait change that, and my top hook's been stripped as well. Let's move up here a minute, I'll show you what we've done worm wise. So we had tonight with pollock. I've been digging a few lug as well in between times. Not done bad for February, and all I've got is a shovel. That's all I've got available to use.
Weather against us.
Weather against us as well. Weather changed. So blowing southwesterly, it's swung around to northwest.
I'm drenched.
And we're absolutely drenched because the rain picked up as well. So we had about 2.5 hours fishing. Managed just to pollock. But it is what it is. We'll try harder tomorrow. The main objective is to come out and get some worm. We've got some worm. I think we've got like a mix here. Like,
main things tomorrow anyway for sure.
Yeah. That looks like a black, doesn't it, that one? So, see how we get on with them tomorrow anyway. We're going to obviously be fishing big baits on our rod as well, so some scads, some squid, some bullet tuna, cooked prawns. So we're going to get off now, but the next video will be on the rock mark. Down, just tackling first rods up. First setup I'm putting out is a 2-hook flapper rig with a little bit of blow lug on size 2 hooks. Just going to give it a gentle lob, certainly not trying to put too much oomph into it because I don't want them worms to disintegrate. It's got a jig bar on as a weight. It'll go onto a clip there for casting, and hopefully we'll get some wrasse out or some pouting poor cod. I'm still dreaming of that day we get a codling off here again, so yeah, we'll keep going and we'll see how we get on. Right, I've just got 2 rods out now. We've got a simple running ledger rig on one and a flapper rig on the other. Just a reminder about the simple running ledger rig. Jay's just putting his on now, or he's just put his on now. It's got a bar, a clip to hook your lead onto there, and it's got a 2.5 to 3 foot length of 250 pound line. This happens to just be a 700 O'Shaughnessy. But all good. Should be get a fish on, should get a fish on it, and the type of baits we're putting out, it's like this type of thing, squid scad wrap, fairly sizey, not very pretty, but a good bait for what we're targeting on the bigger rods. I haven't had any bites yet. It's a slow start already really. I thought the worm would be instant action, it hasn't materialised that. Typically We've had a couple of pilot whales circling about in front of us, so there must be some form of bait fish out there. We'll see how we get on anyway. Whiting head on now, so we're just gonna practice his cracking off with our noddy rig. That's it. That's fine, that mate. That's fine. You have a rasp bite, yeah? Yeah. He's getting a bite on his left-hand rod. I'd pick the rod up to see if you've got a fish on that in a minute. You know what I mean? Just pick it up and see if there's anything to show the guys. Obviously, guys, footage is going to be far better because there's two of us. You know. We'll see if it materialises. It's just stopped, but he's going to probably pick the rod up and get contact with it. We'll be back on if it materialises. It's just slowed down a little bit. There must be a fish on it because his line's gone right and everyone else's line's gone left. Just going to wind a bit of slack in just to get contact with lead. If it's anything decent, if it's anything, you know, half a pound upwards on a sized hook, it's going to be hooked, isn't it? So we'll see how we get on anyway. If it materialises, we're back on. If not, we won't. Oh yeah, I did that, Jay. That looks like a rasp bite to me. Just give it a nice gentle strike. Don't. Tope on. Is it kicking still? Yeah. I'll just help him with this, and then we'll. It's probably led in a snag, so I'll just see if I can pull it free. Yeah. We had to pull for a break on that. He lost his rig, unfortunately. It can happen sometimes. This is risk we're using flappers off here sometimes. You can have situations like that. That could have been a conger. You haven't got a prayer pulling a conger in, have you? When a flapper rig with size 2 hook. You'd have to get lucky to get it moving off the bottom with size 2 Aberdeen. It's a good start that we've had a bite, but I lost a rig as well on my my flapper rod, so we'll see what happens. Like, it's been a positive start. We've got 2 hours to low water, then we're going to fish it 4 up, I think. 2 to 4 up. May go on a beach later on, I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Alright, well, other than that bite for Jay where we got a snagged rig and we lost it, it's been very slow. But it's mirroring so far the session that I had here on Saturday, where nothing kicked off till low water. We've still got about an hour and 20 to low water, and we're hoping that it picks up, obviously. If not, we'll be hitting a beach. Been slow. We've still got a bit of rain, patchy rain. Conditions are, we've got a 22-mile-an-hour northwesterly that's going over our heads ish. We're still getting a bit whipping round the corner. Patchy rain, broken cloud. Sun's trying to come out. It is what it is. I think current's changed, hasn't it, Jay? Look at my lines, have gone back left.
I feel like pulling.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a fish, I think.
Jay's just checking his big bait. Snagged up in it. You might be around the other line because it was. Yeah, he took it on your other line. You probably need to be this side.
No, I think it needs to be under it.
All right, yeah. Yeah, we're just trying to retrieve a rig, so I'll get on and help Jay on with that. Slow so far, guys. We've got 15 minutes to low water. No bites. Jay had a bit of a close encounter with a seal. It was only a small one. If he'd hooked it, we'd probably got it out. But we've decided to sack the flappers off. They're just getting snagged up too much. We haven't had any bites on them. Jay's now we're just putting a small running ledger rig on his. I've put a small pulley rig on mine, short pulley rig, and it's just got a 3-hour Mustad Viking with prawn, squid and lug on. And we're just going to put a 5-ounce plain lead on. See if we can get something. Looks delicious, that bait, Jay. Let's have a bite. Guys, it's an hour after low. At low tide I had a bite where it made the ratchet click a bit and it looked like a hussy bite, but when I struck it there was nothing. So rather, I've struck. Hey? Yeah, I think I've mentioned that bit. I struck, there was nothing there, so I put the rod back down on the rod rest, reeled the other rod in for a bait change, rebaited it, and then I reeled that in, and there was an edible crab on it that dropped off on the bottom ledge. But
I've just brought mine in with a relatively big bait and it's been stripped.
yeah, Jay's just put his bait in for it. I think what's happened is because it's a really big tide, it's been hammering through left and right, and over low when it stopped, I think some crabs came up feed. I think the bite I had might have been a huss to start with, but then the crabs took whatever were left on the hook. But we're struggling basically. Top and bottom of it is. That's fishing into it last week. On Saturday, we were doing all right. I did all right, and then today I brought Jay with me, and
Don't bring me fishing.
I think we decided we're not going to go fishing together anymore because we never catch out anymore. I'm kidding.
I'm going to come back off these ones.
We're just going to give it an hour into darkness, I think, and see what happens, and we'll hit a beach probably if we don't catch anything, unless it absolutely kicks off on here. The tide's starting to get smaller now, but we're still quite big, so lost quite a bit of gear as well, which is strange. So it is what it is. Just have to see what happens from here and in for the rest of the evening. It's been a long way to come for one pollock so far, but it is what it is. It's been a long way to come for now for Jay again. Oh dear. We've had pilot whales in front of us all afternoon. Odd seal. There's been quite a lot of bird action. Jay's had a few casts with feathers and he lost them as well as everything else he's lost today. And
You're 5 1 still.
it's been a nice afternoon. Wind's eased. We've got a beautiful sunset just starting to form to our right, and the fishing's crap basically.
What happens here, we'll see you at the beach.
Yeah, if no happens here, we'll see you at the beach basically. Just thanks for Jay's help first and foremost. I think I've caught a conger eel that's about 15 pound at least, I'd have said. It's the biggest one I've ever had, surely. Short tails off ground. It's a good guess, that, isn't it?
Might not quite off ground one.
Right. Don't me to, because I'm longer. I'm taller. You might not be able to gill it because it's such a big fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, put it.
Nah, I won't do it, Jay, because it's.
Oh yeah,
it might snap its neck. Just give it here. Where did you have it before?
I didn't know, but it's slipping.
Right, you want scale? You hold that. Put your head touch back on. Oh. I'll turn mine off.
Get it somewhere around there.
Right, just spin it round.
Left that'll hold.
Spin it, just let go. Let it go. It's alright. Right. Hold that.
It's not rolled, it's just
Hold
dropping.
that. Spin it round. Let's just have a look. It's amazing how placid they are, isn't it, really?
Yeah. I'm convinced that's what bit mine a minute ago.
Yeah, Jay's had a cracking
It bent
bite.
over double and then it
This
pissed
one
off my
full squid.
tears.
This one full squid on a pennel rig. I mean, they're alright to stay out of water for a little bit, luckily.
Prehistoric, these things,
Yeah,
aren't
they're not going to stay out of water for a while. It's just finding something to loop on. I'll tell you what I'll do. The rig's knackered anyway, I'll just tie a loop in rig.
they? I was going to say that.
Scales in.
It's a beast.
It's the biggest conger I've ever had, this. It was absolutely...
It's got to be 15 easy.
Yeah, it won 40, I don't think tail quite off the floor.
It works. You're alright, taller than me, aren't you? Just off at floor now.
What's it saying? Oh no, it's not even. It's right there. Is that £14? Just wait there.
Can't see 'cause it's too high up. Well, mate, you still attached it rod, remember?
It's 15 dead. What a guess that were, eh? Yeah?
Beastie, that, innit?
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can't quite make it out on dial. But it is 15 easy. It's nearly as tall as you.
I can't get it. Yeah. I don't know. Just trying.
That's a 15 all day long.
Yeah. Might not be, you know. Yeah. It was 15 dead. We'll just give it 15
It's
dead.
nearly as tall as you.
Yeah. Stiff so hard to weigh them, that's trouble. Right, where pliers? Oh, look, rod rest there, look. Just there. Caught it on double squid. You know, any doubts that we had about... The best thing to do with these when you're hooking them is get them in a crevice, like that, and then they're fine.
Jerk it out,
So we'll just see. Hopefully, he's up nice for a... He won't coming off, that's one thing. We'll give them hooks, these are the same hooks that I lost the taupe on last year, but they're the 10.0 version, they're a bit thicker. They come out nice, haven't they?
It's just a shame it's back my bait.
Right, there's a sports video, Jay, we're going to have a picture with him. I'm going to Jay's got a nice conger as well now. We're put species up, better take a picture of it. Nice one, mate.
Why didn't take a picture? What was the last one?
We don't need to though, because I've already done one last week.
We've got one, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just come alive. We're getting bites all the time now. We're probably going to give it another half hour, and at least another bait up. So, nice one, Jay. Pleased for you, mate. It's been a long day. Right, guys, I was just about ready to call it then. That was my last bait up on that rod. I've got a PB conger. It was at least £15. We'll call it
50.
We're definitely 50. Yeah, definitely 15. That's the best way of putting it. And Jay's managed to get 1 foot species on. He's a bit gutted, bless him though. But without him, I couldn't have landed that fish at all. There's no chance.
I'm gutted because it was chewing on my bait first. It bent the rod over.
I'd gone up the cliff to just ring Nick.
That's what it is. I shouted because my rod bent
Yeah,
over.
I come running down the cliff because I thought it went about my rod. I goes, take it if it's on mine, Jay. You're all right. Take it. I just thought it'd be a hustle or something. But because obviously I was up the cliff, I couldn't get down. By the time I'd done my call and come down, my rod started going, so I struck into it, and
seconds later, it was literally.
Yeah, as the rest, as I say, is history, unfortunately. But
When I brought mine in, my bait was gone.
And Jay's caught a strap after that. But it's just the night we'd give up basically, and then that's happened, and then now it's the winds. There's no wind at all. There's no rain. We've got a star. You see, full galaxy above us. We've got a crescent moon, isn't it? Like a part crescent moon, is it something? No, moon, it's a crescent,
like
isn't it?
Quarter
Moon, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what they're called. Crescent, I guess it is.
I think it is crescent, yeah.
We've had a couple more bites. We're about 4 hours after low water.
So I was going to climb back up to the bungalow and get some beers.
Yeah, to celebrate. And some more lead.
We're going to stay down here all night.
Maybe not quite, but we're going to go on a beach. I think we're probably... I want Jay to get another species or two, but it's like just everything in it. By the time we scramble back up there, I don't know. We'll see what you say when we get back up. Well, I mean, well happy with Conger. It just shows how quickly a session can turn around. We've both changed rigs as well to pulley rigs.
It's been a slow slog, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a right slow slog. It really has.
It weren't until we went to the 2-up rigs.
Yeah, we went to.
That we actually started getting decent bait.
Went to a 2-up clip down pulley rig. You know, tote rig with wire. Did your snood have wire on? Yeah. Yeah, it did. It did because I put it sleeve. Yeah. Mine happened to have 2 10 J hooks. I just put double squid on it. Look, cast it out as far as I modestly can, and yeah, I caught literally for me. I know people have caught bigger. I know they have, but I fish this certain area, and for me, that's a fish of a lifetime. It is, you know,
We're beastie.
without trying to big myself up or anything. For me, a £15 conger off this rocks is a fish of a lifetime for me. I do know someone. I was talking to someone a couple of years ago. I think he said he had a 30-pounder off here, but you know, it's a fish of a lifetime. That for this. My dad had one at about 20, but we didn't actually wait. He couldn't pick it up off the floor. We just guessed it at 20.
We'll get a surprise when we go around the corner.
Yes,
we
have got a plan. Like, I'm just drinking some Tango. I've had a couple of cans, like not too many. But I just want to say, I know it's like
we might have some surprise.
It's not. Have you got your beer there?
I've got a bit.
I just want to say I'm happy for Jay that he's got off species and cheers for landing that fish, mate. I know you're. I couldn't do it without him really. It's tough. We've got a slippery ledge at the bottom. You know, we can land fish up to 8 to 10 pounds.
Yeah, well,
it really is. You'll be struggling with on your own.
I'm just trying to bait up.
I mean, I might have got it out on my own, but I'd have been fighting down there with all that slippery rock. And I could have ended up in sea or something like that. You know, that's how it could go.
I panic constantly when Carl comes with Nick when he comes fishing on his own down here. So I know what it's like.
So, but yeah, happy.
Can be brutal down here.
I just want him to get a couple of species now, just so it, you know, he's happy for me. He's buzzed up to hell for me to have caught it. But then, like everybody does, you have that moment afterwards where you think, "Fuck, I could have."
Especially if you're on my mate first.
Yeah. So
it's got to be the same one.
But it is what it is, isn't it? That's how it goes, unfortunately. But
I would manage my bait for 2 weeks and didn't bring it up.
I do think this guy's due a big fish though. Sometime I do. You know, he's due one. So it'll happen. Like I say, that's the biggest conger I've had down here in 33 years ish. I've fished down here. So
it's the biggest I've seen ever fishing there.
So well happy with that. We'll see what happens anyway now. We're going to stick it out for a bit longer on here, and then
to come from round corner.
We'll go up. We've got a plan like for another conger session. Not this time, but we have got a plan for another one. So yeah, other than that, we'll do close down. We'll get back up unless anything else happens. So thank you. We're still down here. No else happened. We just decided we're not going to bother going and doing a beach session. We're going to stick it out on here. We've only probably got half hour left anyway. We could go back up. Get on a beach, but by the time we've gone back up, messed about, had something to eat. You're getting a bite, Jay, aren't you, on that one? Definitely on right hand rod. Jay's rod's just this one closest to us here. That's why I put camera on. We decided we'd stick it out. I mean, fair play to Jay, you know. We could have gone on a beach and tried to catch something small, but we've had such a mammoth session down here. We've not much reward, obviously. We're just
one conger enough to.
Yeah, I was about to say that. You're right there. One fish was enough to warrant staying here, basically. I'm hoping Jay gets us out or something. That'd be nice. Certainly welcome. So we've got 2 rods there, and we've got 2 rods over there. It's been a lovely day. We'll see how we get on. I don't know what's happening with lighting there, guys. We're going a bit funky. See if there's another fish on the cards or not. I'm not sure. We'll see anyway. Yep, night to the congers then. Another strap. Getting put back so we can get something else. Right, I'm just back from. We're both just back from North Wales. We're on. What day is it? We're on Thursday. Last night when we had big conger eel out, been a really tough session. We had hardly any bites at all until it started getting dark. I think we had 2 bites in daylight. One you'll see on camera if you look carefully for Jay's, and the other we had a bite where some line were peeled off my reel just slowly and didn't connect with anything. I think I mentioned on camera. When I had a bit of line peeled off my reel, I struck at nothing. I let the rig go back down to the bottom. I think it comes across on the audio, I'm not sure. I left it for about 5 more minutes. I reeled in and there was an edible crab that drops off on the lower ledge. But we're struggling with the running ledger rigs. I believe I like using the running ledger rigs. I've said if you see me preach about it. The only downside to it is it doesn't cast as well as a pulley rig. So midway through the session, in the back end of the final quarter of the session, I thought, you know what, I'm going to put a pulley rig on, and I put this one on. This is the one that had the fish. It's got 2 10-0s on it. It's got on both ends. It's just got a standard Flemish eye, no crimps, with a bit of earth wire sleeving on. It's a length of, I think it's 120 pound wire. That it's approximately just about probably 14 inches long. It's got a 3/0 swivel, 140 pound rig body of about 4 foot. Pulley, well, it's not a pulley swivel, it's a swivel track between beads. Then Gemini splashdown on that end. It then had a 20 pound wheat linker line for your lead with an homemade clip, just to clip on for casting. It actually dropped the lead when the fish picked the bait up. That just shows you the benefit of fishing with a rotten bottom. A big fish will always probably drop the lead anyway, if it's snagged. But yeah, it's a bit of a noddy rig really, if you like. It's made with cheap components. I stopped using, these are just a series of rigs I've got left from when I lost the tote with hooks that aren't quite as strong as I'd like. I've never had a tope on one of these 10-0s, but they did a decent job. They're a bit thicker than the 8-0s, they're a Kaiki, and they are a bit thicker, but they did the job, that was the main thing. So yeah, we were having a slow session. I loaded this up with Jay's trying to get it in, innit? He had a bite before I hooked it though, didn't you, Jay? Hey? Yeah. Right, I went up the cliff to make a phone call. Jay shouted me, he had a little tap on his rod.
Well, a bit bent over.
And then by the time I'd got down from the top, because he couldn't get a signal on the rock face, I was getting a bite, and that's when it hit. Now at first, I had the fish on. I thought, I knew straight away it was something half decent. I thought the tide were ripping savage to the right, but I'd actually cast us slightly to the right. And I wasn't sure if it were hostile pulling back into the tide, because it were quite mobile for a conger, you know what I mean? But I'm guessing that's what big ones.
Straight on top of my rig.
Yeah, all right. that's what big ones do, I guess. But I fished down there for, like I said in video. I think it come across in video. I hadn't looked back at the sound on the video. I've just put it all together. It's going out there as it is. I fished down there for 30 odd years, and that's like the biggest conger I've had at £15. It might not be big for some areas of the country, but for there in February, that's a real stonking fish for there.
Biggest fish you've ever had.
Yeah, biggest fish I've ever had. But I'm pleased that I've got one, because I wanted a conger at £15. It were £15 dead. It was quite difficult to get. It were a good £15 basically. The scales we used weren't the best. They were just luggage scales, but you know, we got a guide. We're happy with £15.
You're a good guest if I just said that. So
yeah.
You said it must be 15.
But it were difficult. I just apologise that we couldn't get enough footage. Unfortunately, I get a bit selfish when I get something half decent on sometimes. It were dark. The bottom ledge were really slippy till you hit the barnacle. Just before you hit the barnacle sort of mark, you know, as you go down the rock, you get like black rock, then the barnacles start. Well, on this black rock, just before the barnacles, there were about 10 foot like slippy weed. I just couldn't be messing about. I've obviously played the fish in, got it on surface, then jailed my rod while I went down to land it. I just didn't want to risk, because I knew it was something big. I've lost fish through messing about with camera. Unfortunately, it becomes second to my fishing. Unfortunately, I want to share stuff with people, but it becomes second to the fishing when you get something on that's special and you want to land it. So that's why there's a bit of a gap in this video where we're starting to get dark. I mentioned about sunset, then all of a sudden conger on. That way how quickly the session changed from just being a crap day really. But what it's taught me is the fact that if you just keep going with methods, keep doing what you know, you might get lucky sometimes. And for me, I just got lucky.
Yeah, because we're going to call it and go to the beach.
Yeah, we're going to call it and go to the beach, but it just shows you just keep going for that bit longer, or just keep trying for a bit longer. If we had a few more leads, we would have probably kept going a bit longer, but there you go. It is what it is. Session done, episode 6 done. Fairly happy. It's been a cracking start to the year. At least Jay got a conger for his species hunt as well. I'm a bit disappointed to get a huss as well. It was poor, you know. We'd fish with other rods and other rigs at various points of the day, and you're expecting instant action on flapper rigs with small baits. It just didn't happen. That's fishing, isn't it? The whole session just typifies fishing. So, yeah. I should just point out as well when I went about it dropping lead, my main line with £30 line with £70 leader. So, yeah, that's all in. Another trip done, another episode done. I hope you enjoy it. It was a massive surprise to us. I've just got to say that. But you just think, if you keep putting the big baits out in deep water, one day something half decent will pick it up, and that was just one of those days, top and bottom of it. So
the next video will have a couple more guys in it as well.
Yeah, next video we'll have a couple more guys. Hopefully, we're doing this species. Open to Anglesey. We might get down again before then. I don't know. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. You know what we're like. I always say, I'm not going to Wales or wherever till a month or two. Next thing I know, I'm going day after. So we'll just see how it goes. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. We're pretty unspectacular till we actually had the conger out on the rocks. You saw how easy it was to unhook and stuff, which is a surprise. But yeah, as far as bait was, at that point where we made the changes to pulley rigs, I decided to put plain squid on because I was hoping that maybe it'd stop any small pesky fish picking the bait up as quick as what it does when you put a piece of fish on with it. I was trying something, I got lucky, and that's how fishing goes, isn't it? So yeah, other than that, I was watching a bit of Fish Locker. I think he's fishing in Canary Islands still.
He's abroad,
yeah. So we'll just watch a bit of Fish Locker. We've had That's a Bite on. We've been watching That's a Bite, top channel. If anyone wants to subscribe to his channel, it's a massive channel in comparison to ours. But we've been watching a video of his. I find him and John Gamekeeper John quite entertaining, to be honest with you. So yeah, other than that, we're going to get off now and we'll catch you later.